Happy New Year! Welcome to my new channel. You might have been subscribed to my old channel. It was Elise Live as well, but we're back and we're better with a brand new channel to start off the year 2020 right. A lot has changed since my last channel. So much has changed. I mean, I moved back home. I'm not in DC anymore. Just like life is just totally transformed. But we're gonna get into that because the name of this video is why 2019 was the best year of my life. And the reason I say that is because just so much has happened and so many goals that I set, I was able to achieve them. So many life goals, so many dreams. And I just want to talk about how those were able to manifest, how I leaned on God throughout this. Just a little background about what this channel is going to be about. It's going to be about faith, inspiration, lifestyle, prayer. It's going to be just all of the things that I'm doing right now and just my journey. And so I'm just going to get into it. So first thing, traveling to Kenya. Whew. This was easily the best week of my whole entire life. I started a fundraiser about 5 years ago to build a school there. Basically, I didn't know if that fundraiser was gonna work. Once we raised the $10,000, I didn't know if it truly went to where people said it was gonna go, but it was just, I had a vision for it. I felt like God was telling me, you're going to Kenya, you're gonna see the school. I would have dreams. I would basically see myself at the school. And so I'm like, all right, if I could see it, if God could be the vision, it's gonna happen. I wrote it down, I prayed about it. It was life-changing. I met the kids, I met the teachers. They gave me a goat. I guess that's a very, very big sign of respect and appreciation. And I didn't realize at the time how big of a deal it was, but we got a goat. We named him Obama. One of my best friends, Jasmine, came with me. Her brother, William, was there. And my mom was there. And it just was it was an amazing trip. And so much more amazing that I got to experience it with them and not on my own. But this was just something that, even the idea to build a school in Kenya, it was something that God put on my heart. It wasn't even something that I had even thought of building a school, but God plants these things in our hearts and it's up to us to carry them out and just to keep doing the next thing that He puts on our heart. I can always think about when I feel lost or without direction or oh my gosh, what do I do next? I can think back to when I get still and when I get quiet, I can always think of, okay, well, what's the last thing God told you to do? And so that was a process of just continuing to do the last thing. Set up the phone call to organize the trip. That was a step I had been avoiding because I was just there's no way it can happen. But it happened. We went, started something even bigger because I'm going back for sure. And I'm bringing more people with me. I just feel like next time, if I could make a way to help bring awareness about it to more people, more Black people who might have ancestry in Kenya, it just would be that much more meaningful. So we're just getting started when it comes to Kenya. Second thing, I landed my dream job, my first on-air reporting position. Okay, disclaimer, I'm not working there right now. It didn't work out, basically, but it was literally ever since I was a little girl, I saw myself as a TV news reporter or anchor, or it's just something I always wanted to do. I sent out over 100 different cover letters and emails and made phone calls to news directors all over, and I just wasn't getting that many responses and it just wasn't working out. I could get all the producer positions that I wanted. I was a producer at Fox News, I was a producer at TV One, but I just love talking. I love being on air. I love expressing my voice, my opinions, and I love telling stories. But it was just a goal in my heart, and even though I tried to just let it go and move on, it was one of those things that it's if I get to the end of my life, I would genuinely regret not having tried a TV news reporter position. I mean, it's definitely one of those things where I was just I have to do this. I can't let this die on the inside of me. At the time that I finally got offered the TV news job, which was a job I applied for this job in April of 2019. They called me the end of July to give me this job offer. So I'm like, what? The fact that they even called me 3 months later was crazy. At the time, I was about to take a job with paid 3 times more, but I turned it down because I had to go for it. I had to take the news reporter job. It just, something wouldn't have been settled inside of me if I didn't at least try. So I tried, I jumped into it. I started having this feeling like, all right, Elise, is this really what you want to do? And I'm like, I kind of quieted those thoughts. I was like, it is too early to be having doubts about a job you've wanted for so long. It was time for me to come home and reevaluate some things, come home and regroup. I'll get into that later. Something to keep in mind. Something I realized is that your dreams can change. What you wanted to do at the beginning of college, at the end of college, or even when you were little, your dreams can change. It's something that I had this prayer wall in my closet with all these sticky notes. And that's how I knew I applied in April, because I had the date written out. It was 4/12/19. I said, God, I applied for this job. If it is within your will for me, I pray that you would open this door. And I went in my closet and I prayed over it. And regularly, I won't say every single day, but at least a few times a week, I was in my closet praying over it, just, asking the Lord to please give me this desire of my heart, writing it down. I wrote it down there. I wrote it down in journals. I journal a lot, so I wrote it down in my journals. I had a vision for it and I wrote it down and I prayed over it and it manifested. And it's just I still am very proud of myself. I feel accomplished that I was able to get that job. Ooh, the third one. I was the co-host of a podcast. My church home in Washington, D.C., New Bethel Baptist Church, they had a podcast called Save-ish. It was conversations about, and it's still going on, so check it out. It's conversations about being young, Christian, and imperfect, and just talking about a lot of taboo topics that just kind of get pushed under the rug or not talked about at all in church. We talked about relationships, toxic relationships. We talked about homosexuality in the church. We just we talked about it all. And it was unfiltered, it was candid, but we always brought it back to scripture and kept Jesus at the center of the conversations. So it's something rare. I didn't ever see that type of conversation happening. And that was one of my goals, to just be a part of the podcast, to push myself, to get out of my comfort zone a little bit, even though because I'm a journalist, I was more of the facilitator more than anything else. I loved being a part of the podcast. That is one of the saddest parts about leaving DC for me, that I'll no longer get to be on the podcast consistently, but that was an accomplishment for me. That's one of the things that made my year amazing. And last but not least, I decided to move back home with my parents. Yeah, so I'm back home. We packed up the cute little apartment in DC, had a 2-bedroom with my sister Simone, got my puppy Charlie, put him in the passenger seat next to me. We drove over 8 hours back home to Michigan. It was kind of just scary in a lot of ways, because I'm just dang, I'm really up and leaving a secure job in a field that I've wanted, because on a daily basis, I was pushing myself to do something that truly deep down I knew I didn't enjoy anymore in that format, and I knew I didn't truly want to see through to that traditional trajectory. I can live the life I want to live now, just to see things that even my siblings are doing. My sister, she's pursuing her acting career. You can do what you want to do. Just use what you have. So I'm using what I have. I'm using my support system, my skills, the resources I've been given to wake up every day and keep creating a life that makes me happy. Even though I don't have everything figured out, I can't like define what, you know, my life is gonna look like. I just have a peace that this was the right thing for me to do. Like, yeah, I have doubts. Yeah, I question it from time to time. Oh shoot, should I have done that? But I feel like there's something on the other side of this. I feel peaceful. I feel closer to God in a lot of moments where, like when I do praise and worship, when I say words like that really emphasize how much you have to lean on and trust God, they just have such a deeper meaning to me now because that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm walking by faith. It's just, there's so much creative freedom in 2020 to create the life that you truly love. I have the support to come home, decide what direction I really want to go in. You can't. Well, come on in. Hello. You have anything you want to say? This is Ashley. Subscribe to her. She's already a superstar on YouTube. She has over 3,000 subscribers. I've created this channel to take you with me, to take you on this journey. You know, I've already just talked about walking away from my job and moving home and just how I'm feeling. I plan to keep being really transparent on this channel. If you feel like you're still figuring things out in your life, you don't really know your next step, I'm here to tell you that you're not alone in that. We're gonna get through this. We're not just gonna get through this. We are going to thrive, all right? Thank you for making it through this whole entire video. If you made it through this video, give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you wanna see more like this, let me know, please. Let me know your thoughts, anything at all, in the comments below. If you resonate with me with anything, if just like anything you wanna see on this channel, just please let me know. I'm going to post a video every week. Remember to subscribe and just be here for the journey. Love you guys and see you in my next video. Bye.